Hey all, welcome to my crash review of the Zurich OBD2 wireless Bluetooth dongle from Harbor Freight. Comes in a pretty simple box, just got a couple diagrams, a QR code to download the application, some basic descriptions of its function. But in short, I bought this because I was hoping to be able to read continuous transmission fluid temperature off of my 2022 Honda Passport in place of the much more expensive scan gauge. So let's see what we get. I'm going to open up the box here and just say that, these OBD2 monitors are pretty impressive in that they have access to everything your vehicle is able to monitor, but the complication often comes when they have different communication protocols, or some gauges are able to read certain parameters from some vehicles and not from others, and that's one of the things that ended up being a hiccup with this device. But stick around and see exactly what I mean later. For now, let's see, we pull it out of its packaging. There's a little manual, basically says try not to swallow this thing. It has a 90-day warranty and a place to record your serial number. This is the dongle. It is extremely lightweight. You can see it's got that OBD2 plug. It'll fit right up under your dash pretty nicely because it is quite small. It feels like nothing, but I guess it's only a little chip and an antenna in there, so that does make sense. See if we can get you some sizes here. You're going to have to pause the video and zoom in to be more accurate than this, but that's about 2 inches the long way, maybe 1.5 inches if you account for the part that sticks into the OBD, and maybe 1 inch wide. Bottom line is it doesn't add much size to your OBD2 port under the dash. Here we go. Scanning the QR code takes you to the application page. This is with an iPhone, so it's the App Store. You download the application. It'll install really quickly, and I believe it asks you to set up an account. Yeah, there it goes. Email, passcode, create an account, which I did. So we're in. Pairing to the Bluetooth took longer than I thought it should, but I sped it up here for you guys. This is the home page. You can generate reports, go to live data, etc. So I'm playing with the live data function here. And as you can see, there's a bunch of parameters that come up. Unfortunately, no transmission temperature monitoring. I searched for it here. No, doesn't quite show up despite my misspelling. Tire pressure monitor is also not a thing here, but you can know your long-term fuel trim if you're really interested. I made sure to install the right profile for my vehicle and generate a report. It does ask you for mileage. It turns out this doesn't change the data the application actually reads, but it does change its maintenance recommendations. We'll see in a little bit where there's a section that it will actually recommend parts and show you prices and show you how to fix some of these codes that it can pick up. Now, this vehicle is brand new, so it's no surprise everything's green, everything passes. There's the mileage and the battery voltage, but no tire pressures, no oil life indicator. It's actually kind of a sparse report. It does say, though, if you want to change the oil, in this section it tells you what oil you need, what filter you need, and a link to actually buy them. Now, I checked the firmware was up to date, and I wanted to see live data, and you can see here it's showing me NA for engine RPM. The engine's on. I'm idling at about 1,000 RPM because the engine was cold here, but it really wasn't reading live data very well from my 2022 Passport. So I decided to try it on another car. We went to my 2019 Subaru BRZ. I sped up the pairing process here, so it's all the same, and here are the parameters for this car. Looks pretty similar, not terribly different between the two, but this one did read engine RPM, so there we go. The report is a little bit different when there are error codes, so my car is a little bit older. It does show tire pressure on this model, so this is one of those brand-to-brand variation things where it might be hard to predict what exactly your vehicle will see using this OBD2 scan tool. And then we'll dive into a report here and just sort of see what things it's actually able to show you when there are in fact codes. So here are the codes. I got some engine codes, and it looks like a heating, vent, and air conditioning code. Shows you the systems that were passed and the systems that failed. This is the engine code readout. You can go and Google, although it offers a little translation for you there. So all in all, this Zurich Bluetooth OBD2 code reader is, I think it's their first attempt at a wireless one. The application's actually pretty slick, I thought, but unfortunately the number of parameters, or at least the specific parameters I was looking for, were not available on my specific vehicle. So that's a 2022 Honda Passport. So I will be returning this, but I do think it's a really good option if you want a wireless scan tool, meaning you don't want to have something connected by wire, but if you're just going to pull codes and Google the code on the forums anyway to figure out what you need to do to fix it. I think there's a $20 corded version of this at Harbor Freight that will work pretty well for that particular need. The real upside here, in my opinion, is the price for a wireless dongle, one, and two, the part recommendation with links to pricing and suppliers and all that. That's pretty slick. So, thanks for watching the review. Thanks for your time.